Hello again, welcome back to the channel. Brendan here, aka Cliff Jumper, and today we are going to be looking at this cool little device. Yeah, let's see what it does. If you've been following the channel at all, you probably have seen my video where I reviewed the ANCEL battery tester, which conveniently plugs into your battery under the hood here of your vehicle and lets you know a variety of different pieces of information, such as, is the battery good? More than that, it tells you what the condition of the battery is and the charging system state, if it is charging under load, if it's having any problems starting that are related to the battery, all sorts of fun stuff like that. This is a new version, and this conveniently, it plugs into your OBD port to do all of the reporting. So let's plug it in, see how easy it works, and see what sort of stuff it tells us about the battery. And we're going to use our 2003 Gen 1 Toyota Sequoia to experiment with this. Let's see how it goes. So the Sequoia's OBD port is down here. There we go. We've got connection here. Oops. All right. Interesting. I wonder if this is also an OBD scanner. I'm just going to hit enter and see what it does. Okay, so this does actually give us generic OBD2 codes on here. So no check engine lights. And it does tell us that readiness is complete. Great. I mean, that's kind of useful information. We don't need to do any of this stuff, but O2 sensor test. That's kind of neat. I wonder, what are you going to do? Sure. Test out my O2 sensor. Tell me about it. Oh, wow. We can actually look up quite a bit of stuff here. So this is cool. This is not just a battery tester and a charging system tester, but you can test out actual stuff in your car. That's very helpful. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this. Yes. And this one push button with the IM button that tells us about all the readiness codes. We've got 7 readiness codes. They're all good. So I could go past smog if I needed to right now. Very helpful. Positive contact is bad. All right, so what do we do with that information? Well, I'll show you. So much for not getting dirty and going under the hood, but fortunately this device comes with an adapter with alligator clips, so you can hook it right to your battery and do your diagnostic on the battery. So let's do that. So with the alligator clips hooked directly to our battery, which has a lot of acid leakage, let's see what it tells us here. All right, so we've got 12.64 volts at our battery. Yeah, let's do a battery test. It is a car. It is a regular flooded battery. And let's see, this is 750 cold cranking amps, so we need to bump that up. So 750, testing. So we got about 41% health in our battery. Interesting. It's got 96% charge, but it doesn't have all the amps that it is supposed to. So that is very helpful. And just looking at the physical condition of our battery, I'm not surprised. It looks pretty bad. And I'm thinking that this 5-year battery is probably about 5 years old. So yeah, that makes sense. We're coming to the end of the service life here. And the recommendation is replace. So yes, we will replace this battery, absolutely. Now let's exit out of this. We can do a cranking test also. So turn the ignition off. Okay, yeah, the ignition is off. And we're gonna hit enter. Okay, start the engine. Doop-a-doo. And we have cranking low, which is not surprising. What about a charging test? Let's run that. Increase the revs. Turn on our headlights. They're LED, so they don't make a whole lot of difference. Max 8. Voltage normal. Okay, great. That's helpful. And we can get reports for each of these. Just know that I'm very grateful that this thing has told me that our battery needs to be replaced. And certainly looking at the physical condition here, yeah, it's time. It's looking pretty bad. So we will deal with that. And in the meantime, I will link it in the description where you can get one of these things, and I think I've also got a discount code for you, so you can use the discount code CliffJumper, pretty sure, to pick one up. Very useful if you've got cars around or vehicles of any sort that you want to test the battery and find out how good the battery is, or if your charging system is working well. So this is another option in addition to the other one that I showed you before. Hope this helped you out. Let me know what project you're working on in the comments. God bless you, and I will see you next time. Oh, yeah, maybe hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be cool. Thanks. Bye.
But wait! There's more!
2 hours later.
So some clarification, because I've now actually read the instruction manual for this, and I know how it works. And I was approaching a couple of things wrong. First of all, yes, while this does have a USB plug to it, no, you cannot just plug in the USB and test the battery from the USB. You actually have to use this adapter with the clips directly attached to the battery in order to properly test your battery. So wah wah, I thought it was going to be an easy one where you could just plug it into the OBD port, but no. Now on the flip side, this does have some features that I didn't even notice before. Right here in the middle, this I am button. This is a quick one push button that will tell you when you plug it into your OBD2 port if your car is ready to go get smog checked and if it will pass. So if you hit this button, it shows you all the readiness codes. If they're all green, if they're all check mark, then you are good to go smog your car. So rather than toggle through all the menus and try to dig through, if you live in a state like California or New York or another state where there's fairly restrictive smog tests that you have to do every year or every other year, whatever it looks like, this little sucker will save you a lot of hassle and headache from guessing, I don't know, is my car gonna pass smog this year? Who knows? If it's an OBD2 car, you can use just the little one-touch button to check and see, is it good to go? Is it actually ready with all the readiness tests to go pass my smog test? So I like that feature a lot. I just have to say, you can use this to look up your generic OBD2 codes. You can clear codes with it as well. Just remember, clearing codes does not mean you're going to pass smog, because the car still has to go through all the readiness checks again, and you have to have green lights on all those readiness codes before you can pass smog. So this is not gonna just automatically get you to pass smog, but it will tell you if your car is ready to go past smog, and I find that very useful. So great, cool. And of course, being able to tell whether or not your battery is good. So let's do a quick test on this one, on Joan. So it looks like we get 12.4 volts. Enter, let's just do a battery test. Car, regular, cold crank amps. This one is 650, so we will lower our expectations here to 650, and it's going to give us test result momentarily. And this one tests good, yay! Now I can of course do all the other tests that we did with the Sequoia, the cranking test, the charging test, and it'll tell us what's going on here. So, you know, why not? Let's see what it'll do. Turn the ignition off, and when I hit enter, it can start testing. Yeah, let's do this. So it tells us that cranking is normal on this car. So great, Joan Jetta is in decent shape in terms of her cranking. Now let's go ahead and look at the charging. Turn the headlight off and the air conditioner off. Yep, that's off. Turn off all devices, increase to 2500, and keep for 10 seconds. I'm going to go to the car and do that. So we come back with result voltage normal. So everything is good to go on Joan. Yay. Anyway, thank you for ANCEL to sending this out, letting me test it out. I do find it very useful, easy to use, and really, really helpful for diagnosing batteries. So we see that my Sequoia needs a new battery and our Jetta does not. So that's good and bad news, but great news to know so that we can plan to get a new battery before the Sequoia leaves us stranded somewhere. But even if we did get stranded, we have those jump packs we could use, right? So check out the older videos for that. Anyway, I will leave a link in the description where you can find this and a discount code for it. And yeah, hope it helps you out. Let me know what project you're working on in the comments. If you wouldn't mind hitting like, maybe even subscribing, it helps me out. I'm a one-man channel and every bit helps. So God bless you. Let me know what project you are working on in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to say goodbye. We'll be back.